In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on April 30th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Miami Marlins versus Los Angeles Dodgers. The Miami Marlins, currently holding a 12-16 record overall and 15-13 against the run line, will wrap up their 3-game series against the Los Angeles Dodgers on Wednesday evening. The Dodgers, sitting at 19-10 overall and 15-14 on the run line, have had a stronger start to the season. This final game could offer more drama than the standings suggest, as the matchup between these two teams goes deeper than just wins and losses. This one feels like it could go either way. On paper, the Dodgers have the edge in overall talent and depth, which makes them an easy favorite. But the Marlins might actually be the smarter bet here. Tony Gonsolin is making his first start after coming back from Tommy John surgery, so it's hard to know what kind of performance to expect. Miami has been playing competitive baseball lately, often keeping things tight deep into games, and they've already shown they can get to Gonsolin when they faced him before. Looking at the bullpens, both teams are more alike than you'd think. Los Angeles has a 3.64 earned run average from their relievers, ranking 12th, while Miami is a bit further down the list at 22nd with a 4.41 earned run average. As our first pick for this matchup, the Miami Marlins to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams have also been solid when it comes to producing hits with runners in scoring position. The Marlins rank 8th in the league with a team OPS of .771 in those clutch spots, while the Dodgers are even better, ranking 3rd with a .818 OPS in the same situations. Tony Gonsolin has had real trouble against the Marlins historically, posting a rough 10.38 earned run average over 2 games. On the other side, Cal Quantrill has also struggled, with an 8.05 earned run average over 8 appearances against the Dodgers. The over has hit in 9 of the last 10 meetings between these two clubs, which points toward another high-scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Francisco Giants versus San Diego Padres. The second matchup of this National League West rivalry series is set to take place on Wednesday night in San Diego. Both teams are among 4 in the division that have kicked off the season with winning records, which makes this an early but meaningful showdown between clubs looking to keep momentum rolling. Tonight's game will feature the San Francisco Giants facing off against the San Diego Padres for the second time in this series. In the first game, the Padres walked away with a 7-4 victory. That win stood out because the Padres managed to put up 5 runs and 9 hits against Logan Webb, who's normally one of the tougher arms to crack. For a Padres lineup that's been one of the coldest in baseball lately, it was a solid turnaround. Looking ahead to tonight, we've got Landon Roop starting for San Francisco and Michael King going for San Diego. Roop had a rough go in his last outing, surrendering 5 runs on 6 hits in just 3.2 innings pitched against the Brewers. Across 5 starts this season, he's posted a 4.56 earned run average. On the other hand, King showed up strong in his most recent appearance, allowing only 1 run on 4 hits over 5 innings against Tampa Bay. It was one of those starts that reminds you what kind of stuff he's working with when he's on. When we shift over to the offensive side, the Giants have a team batting average of .229. putting up 139 runs on 227 hits so far. The Padres, meanwhile, are batting .257 as a team, good enough for 4th best in the majors, and have scored 113 runs on 242 hits. Both teams can string together hits, but what makes that tricky is how good these bullpens have been. If you go by earned run average and WHIP, both relief crews are among the best in baseball. That puts added pressure on the starting pitchers to set the tone. If we look at the matchups, this Padres lineup is probably the toughest one Roop has had to face so far this season. The fact that they knocked around Webb in Game 1 adds to that point. Roop could be in for a tough night. Meanwhile, the Padres are going from Nick Pivetta, who had a solid outing in Game 1, to King, who may even be a step up in quality. Considering King's upside, the Padres' better bats, and their 13-4 home record, it makes sense to like their chances of pulling off another win here. As our first pick for this matchup, the San Diego Padres money line is our full game side pick. The first game in this series saw both teams combine for 11 runs, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Despite that high-scoring game, the under has still hit in 6 of their last 10 head-to-head matchups. During that span, the average combined score between these two teams has landed right at 7 runs. As for recent trends, the under is also 6-4 in the Giants' last 10 games, and in that stretch they've allowed 2 or fewer runs 6 different times. The Padres have seen similar results, with the under cashing in 7 of their last 10 games. They've only averaged about 2.5 runs scored per game during that time, which speaks to their inconsistency at the plate. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Yankees versus Baltimore Orioles. The New York Yankees, sitting at 17 wins and 12 losses, are set to wrap up their 3-game set against the Baltimore Orioles, who are struggling at 11-17 on Wednesday. It's been a lopsided series so far, and the Yankees will aim to end their brief road trip on a high note with another win. New York came out swinging last night, living up to their Bronx Bombers nickname by launching 6 home runs en route to a dominant 15-3 victory over Baltimore. The Orioles just haven't had much going for them on the mound this year, and the bullpen continues to be a major weak point. That vulnerability has put the Yankees in a great spot to close this series out with another win. Baltimore's pitching staff owns the second worst earned run average in the majors at 5.52, and that number could tick up again tonight with Cade Povich getting the start. Povich has had a tough go this season, posting a 1-2 record with a 5.04 earned run average. His WHIP sits at 1.72, and he's surrendered 34 hits over just 25 innings of work. On the Yankees side, Carlos Carrasco will take the mound. He's 2-1 with a 5.26 earned run average so far, allowing 26 hits over 25.2 innings. While Carrasco's been up and down, he's coming off a solid outing where he tossed 5 scoreless innings against the Blue Jays. Baltimore isn't just having issues on the mound either. Their offense is ice cold, batting just .207 as a team over their last 14 games, while their pitching has a bloated 6.55 earned run average in that stretch. Meanwhile, the Yankees have been clicking on all cylinders, hitting .278 and pitching to a 2.78 earned run average over that same span. Right now, Baltimore just isn't showing enough life to be trusted. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Yankees money line is our full game side pick. It's a high total tonight, but with the way the Yankees are swinging the bat and the lack of dominant stuff from either starter, it makes sense. Carrasco and Povich both have earned run averages just below 5 and WHIP that suggest a lot of traffic on the bases. In April, Carrasco went 2-1 with a 4.56 earned run average and a 1.27 WHIP. Povich, during the same month, went 1-2 with a 4.79 earned run average and a 1.74 WHIP. These teams don't just hit, they hit for power. The Yankees lead all of baseball with 51 home runs, while the Orioles aren't far behind, tied with Atlanta for 9th with 33 homers. With this kind of firepower and questionable pitching, a high-scoring game feels likely. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas City Royals versus Tampa Bay Rays. The Kansas City Royals, who currently sit at 14 wins and 15 losses, are facing off against the Tampa Bay Rays, who are right at .500 with a 14-14 record. This matchup is the second game of a 3-game set and is scheduled for Wednesday evening. Both teams are trying to build some momentum as the season starts to take shape. On the hill for the Rays will be Rasmussen, and he's been quietly putting together a strong season. While his most recent outing didn't go so well, in the 4 starts before that, he was locked in, giving up just 2 total runs and tossing a pair of shutouts. He managed to keep both the Braves and Pirates off the board completely, and only surrendered 1 run to the heavy-hitting Yankees. That kind of consistency explains his impressive 2.1 earned run average. Up against a Royals lineup that hasn't scored more than 3 runs in any of their last 3 games, he should be in good shape. Kansas City hasn't named a starting pitcher yet, which usually means they're going with a bullpen-heavy game plan, rotating through multiple arms. That strategy tends to fall short when the other side is clicking, and right now Tampa Bay has won 6 of their last 7 games, showing signs of a team heating up. As our first pick for this matchup, the Tampa Bay Rays money line is our full game side pick. When it comes to the long ball, neither of these teams has been putting on a show. The Royals have only managed to hit 13 home runs this season, which ranks them dead last in the league. The Rays aren't lighting it up either, sitting in 19th place with just 26 team homers. But while the power numbers are weak, both bullpens have been holding their own. Kansas City's relief corps is ranked 11th with a 3.48 earned run average, while Tampa Bay's bullpen has been even better, posting a 2.99 earned run average that puts them 5th overall. These kinds of numbers help explain why the under has cashed in 3 of the last 4 matchups between these two teams. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus Chicago White Sox. The Milwaukee Brewers, sitting at 14-15 on the season, continue their current road trip with a Wednesday night matchup against the struggling Chicago White Sox, who are just 7-21 at Guaranteed Rate Field. This is the only time these two interleague teams will face each other this season. Last year, Milwaukee took care of business with a clean 3-game sweep at home. Before recently hitting a 4-game skid, the Brewers were a couple games over .500, so they've shown they're a solid team that just hit a rough patch. Playing the White Sox could be exactly what they need to get back on track. Chicago hasn't done much at home so far, going 4-8 at their own park, and they've dropped 4 in a row at Guaranteed Rate Field before the series even started. Even during their recent losing streak, Milwaukee kept the bats active, putting up at least 5 runs in 3 of their last 4 games before arriving in Chicago. On the other side, the White Sox gave up 26 total runs in their last 4 home games. Milwaukee has also dominated this matchup lately, winning 9 of the last 10 meetings, including 6 wins by at least 3 runs. As our first pick for this matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. Milwaukee hasn't seen Shane Smith on the mound before, and only 3 hitters on the White Sox have any history with Brewers starter Tobias Myers. Those 3 combined for just 2 singles and 7 at-bats, so there's not much of a scouting report there. With that in mind, I'm leaning toward the under on the total runs for this game. I'm counting on the starting pitchers to hold things together long enough to give the under a chance, though once the bullpens come in, all bets are off. The White Sox bullpen hasn't looked awful recently, but it's still not something you want to trust with confidence. The Brewers have a deeper and more consistent bullpen, filled with some tough arms, but even they have gone 0-3 in their last 9 outings, despite carrying a respectable 3.48 earned run average during that stretch. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.